Hello students, this is Savita Pawar. Welcome to my channel Get the Math. In this video we are going to see the explanation about lesson 7, exercise 7.1 and also solutions of exercise 7.1. Lesson 7 is all about triangles. Here we are going to see about the congruency of triangles. So this word is very new to you. Congruency means what? Congruency is the term used to define an object and its mirror image. So if the two objects or the two shapes are of the same size, same angle, and they are mirror image of each other, if they are superimposed on each other, then they overlap each other, then it is called as the congruency of triangles. So that is, two objects or shapes are said to be congruent if they superimpose on each other, their shapes and dimensions are same, and in the case of geometric figures like line segments, they will have the same length, therefore they will be called as congruent, and angle with the same measures, then they will also called as the congruent angles. In this lesson we are going to study about the triangles. The symbol for congruency is, this is the symbol that you have to draw equal to and a sleeping S. Now two triangles are said to be congruent if all their three sides and three angles in any orientation of the two triangles are equal. Now you know, in a triangle you have 6 parts, that is three sides and 3 angles. So for two triangles it becomes 6 plus 6, 12. Okay. So from that is 6 pairs. So from that 6 pairs, any 3 things should be common, then the rest of the 3 are automatically congruent to each other, then it is called as the congruent triangle. Okay. So two triangles are said to be congruent if all their 3 sides and 3 angles are in any orientation of the two triangles are equal. That is, if suppose you take this triangle as ABC and PQR, A should be 1-to-1 corresponding to B, B should be 1-to-1 corresponding to Q, and C should be 1-to-1 corresponding to R. This is called as 1-to-1 correspondency. That is, if you put this triangle on this triangle, then it will superimpose the later triangle. But it is necessary to find all the 6 dimensions. Hence, the congruency of triangles can be evaluated by knowing only 3 values out of 6. And congruency can be predicted without actually measuring the sides and the angles of the triangle. So here you don't have to measure them with the scale or the protractor, but by the rules and the conditions that we are going to see here, from that we can prove that these two triangles are congruent to each other. Now what are the rules and the conditions for the congruency of triangle? First one is SSS, that is side, side, side. All the 3 sides of the triangle should be congruent to each other, that is, AB should be congruent to PQ, AC is congruent to PR, and BC is congruent to QR. Therefore, these two triangles are congruent to each other by SSS. Then the remaining are, now the pair of the sides have been equal, so the remaining, that is the angles, 3 angles they will be equal to each other too. That is called as the CPCT. CPCT means corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now by taking 3 pairs, we have proved that the triangle has been congruent, and therefore the rest of the 3 things will be congruent by themselves. Okay. So here by taking 3 sides, we can prove that the triangles are congruent. The next one is SAS, side angle side. Two sides and an angle between them is called side angle side. Okay. So here first side AB equal to PQ, second side is AC equal to PR, and the angle between them is angle A equal to angle P here. Therefore the triangle is congruent by SAS. Then remaining 3 things are, now see, one side and 2 angle will be remaining, so that will be CPCT. Third one is ASA, that is 2 adjacent angles and a side between them. It is called as ASA, that is angle side angle. So by proving that Angle B is equal to angle Q. You have to see the symbols for the angle. See, here it is double marking. So this is double marking. So B is equal to Q here. This is single marking for A. So A equal to P here. And AB is equal to PQ. Okay, therefore the triangles are congruent and the remaining things, that is two sides and one angle, are equal to each other by CPCT. Fourth one is AAS. Now what is the difference between the ASA and AAS? Here it was two adjacent angles and the side between them. Now here it will be two adjacent angles and any of the remaining side other than between them, any of the remaining side. Okay. So AAS is angle side. So two angles and one side, that makes the triangle, if they are equal, the pairs are equal, then that makes the angle as congruent by AAS. Then the remaining thing, two sides and one angle, are equal to each other by CPCT. Fifth one is RHS. RHS means R is for right angle, H is for hypotenuse and S is for side. This we can only apply for right angle triangle, and then that too only when the hypotenuse is there and the angle is right angle. The hypotenuse is equal and the angle is right angle, then only we can apply this RHS. Okay. So here it is 90 degrees equal, one side is equal and the hypotenuse is equal, and therefore the triangles are congruent by RHS, and the remaining two angles and one side becomes equal to each other by CPCT. Okay. So this is the full form for CPCT here, that stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangles. CPCT is a theorem that states that if two or more triangles are congruent to each other are taken, then the corresponding angles and the sides of the triangles are also congruent to each other. Okay. So to prove a triangle to be congruent, we need to prove only three things to be equal, and the rest of the three things get automatically equal to each other. That is called as the congruency. Let us start with exercise 7.1. In 7.1, first question, this is the figure given in the textbook. ACB and ADC are the two triangles based on a same base, that is AB here, and it is said that AC equal to AD, it is given, and AB bisects angle A. This AB is the bisector of angle A. Bisector means dividing the angle into two equal halves, that you can see here in pink. What can you say about BC and BD? So you have to find BC and BD. Okay, what is the relation between them that you have to find? Now in this exercise, in a triangle, you have to write given, to prove and proof, to prove and proof. Okay, this is the way to solve the sum. First write the given things, that ABCD is a quadrilateral and AC equal to AD is given. Since AB bisects angle A, therefore this angle equal to this angle, that is angle BAC. BAC is equal to angle BAD. Okay, so that is given. Then what we have to prove? Show that. From show that, whatever it is written, that you have to write in to prove. So first one is to prove that triangle is congruent, ABC and ABD are congruent, and second is to show what is the relation between BC and BD. Now let us start with proof. So consider, that is in triangle, let us start with proof. In triangle ACB and triangle ADB, okay, AC is equal to AD, that is given. You have to write the reasons to why it is equal. Then angle CAB is equal to angle DAB. Why? Since AB bisects angle A, that is the reason, therefore they are equal. Then AB equal to AB, that is common. Now three things we have proved, they are equal, three pairs. Therefore, triangle, whatever name you have written here, that same name you have to write, and instead of and, now write the sign of congruency. ACB is congruent to triangle ADB, and write the condition by which it is congruent. This is side, angle and side. So SAS. On proving the triangles to be congruent, you have to write the CPCT, whatever the side or the angle that they have asked in the question. This is the second thing that gets automatically equal to each other. Therefore, BC will be equal to BD. The reason is CPCT. So this is the way to solve the sum. See, we consider this triangle and this triangle. This side equal to this side already given. This is common, and this angle and this angle that we have said that these are equal because AB is the bisector of angle A. Okay. So three things we proved to be equal, and therefore this triangle is equal to this, congruent to this triangle. And therefore BC equal to BD, that we wanted to prove. Second question here. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AD is equal to BC, that is given. ABCD is a quadrilateral, AD equal to BC, and angle DAB equal to CBA, that is also given. DAB, that I have shown in the orange here, DAB equal to CBA, that is given. Okay. We have to prove that these two triangles ABD and ABC or BAC, those are congruent, and BD equal to, this one in yellow, BD equal to AC, that is equal, and ABD, okay, ABD, this angle, that is ABD is equal to here BAC, this angle, that we have to prove that they are also equal. Okay. So let us start with the proof here. In triangle, consider now ABD and triangle BAC. Here AD equal to BC, it is given. Then DAB is equal to CBA in the orange color, that angle I have shown, that is also given, that they are equal. And this base on which the two triangles are there, AB, is common. Therefore, the triangle becomes congruent to each other by side, angle, side. Okay. Then the remaining things that we wanted to prove, those get automatically equal to each other by CPCT. That is BD equal to AC, and this angle, that one ABD, it will be equal to BAC. That is in pink color here. Okay. So that angle is also equal. So it is very easy to write. Third question here. In this one, AD and BC are equal perpendiculars to the line segment AB. This is the line segment AB and AD. Okay, this one. AD and BC are perpendicular to the line segment AB. Show that CD bisects AB. So you have to show that CD bisects AB. That is, O is the midpoint that you have to show. So let us start. So in triangle OCB and triangle OAD, in triangle OCB and triangle OAD, okay, this triangle and this triangle. Now see what are the things they are equal here. First one is the 90 degree that we can see in both the triangles. This side is equal to this side, and this pink color that I have shown, that is vertically opposite angles. So the third thing that may not be given in the sum, but you have to see the figure properly. So we can get the third thing, third pair to be equal. So here we will write angle BOC is equal to angle AOD, that is vertically opposite. Then comes angle CBO equal to angle OAD, that is 90 here. Okay, these are two angles, and then a side here. The side is BC equal to AD, that is given. Okay, and therefore the triangles OCB is congruent to triangle OAD by AAS, and therefore BO will be equal to AO and OC will also be equal to OD. This is by CPCT. Okay, then therefore it becomes O is, when all these are equal, therefore O is midpoint of AB and CD, and therefore CD bisects AB. Okay, so this way you have to solve question number 3. In question number 4 here, these two lines L and M are parallel to each other, and P and Q are the transversals to L and M, but they are also parallel to each other, so therefore they form a parallelogram in between them, that is ABCD, and this is the diagonal of the parallelogram AC. Okay, so because of the parallelogram, now what angles become equal? Now you can see this becomes a Z here, that is with the pink color that I have shown this way. So these two angles become equal to each other by interior alternate angles, and if you go this way, that is the blue color angles, so this is also becoming Z. So this angle and this angle is also equal to each other by interior alternate angles. And the third thing we can see from here is AC is common to both the triangles, that is AC is the base of both the triangles, that is common. So therefore these two triangles ABC and CDA are congruent to each other by ASA, that is angle side angle. Only this much was asked. No CPCT, they have not asked any CPCT. Fifth question here. This is an angle A. This is the bisector of angle A. L is the bisector of angle A. So these two angles become equal now, that I have shown here in pink. BP and BQ are the perpendicular drawn on these rays. So this is 90 degree and this is also 90 degree. We have to show that this triangle and this triangle are congruent. Okay, and we have to show that BQ and BP are equal in length, that is they are equidistant from these arms of the angle A. So let us start with given now here. L is the bisector of angle A. Therefore, BAP is equal to BAQ, okay, that I have shown in pink here, and BP is perpendicular to AP, therefore BPA will be 90 degree, BQ is perpendicular to AQ, therefore BQA will also be equal to 90 degree, and we have to prove these two triangles are congruent, and this BP is equidistant to BQ from AQ and AP. Let us start with the proof now. So, in triangle BPA and triangle BQA, angle BPA is equal to angle BQA, that is given as 90. Q and P is given as 90, that is given. Then angle BAP is equal to angle BAQ, that is why L is bisector of angle A. Third thing is the common side, that is AB is equal to AB. For the two triangles that I have shown in blue here, AB is equal to AB. So that is common. Therefore, the triangles BPA is congruent to triangle BQA by angle side. This is angle side. Okay. See, angle side. The side is not included in between these two angles, so you have to write angle side. It cannot be written angle side angle. And the CPCT here is that they have asked us, that is BP is equal to BQ by CPCT. So that one in the yellow color that I have shown, that BQ equal to BP, or B is equidistant from, write the sentence. Therefore, B is equidistant from AQ and AP. This we needed to prove. Question 6 is, now these are the two triangles. Now I have split these two triangles and shown in different figures here so that you can understand it clearly. So in this one, AC equal to AE is given. See, AC equal to AE is given, AB equal to AD is given. Okay, so that same thing I have shown here, AC equal to AE, AD equal to AB. Okay, and angle BAD is equal to angle EAC it is given. But to prove the triangle BAC is congruent to BAD, we need this angle also, which is not given as equal for us. Okay, so we have to add whatever that I have shown in the blue color here. That angle we must add both the sides to BAD and EAC. Then we get this full angle as equal. So this total angle become equals to this total angle. If we add here DAC in both the sides, so that what I have taken. So BAD is equal to EAC, that is given. Then add DAC on both the sides, so it becomes BAC equal to EAD. Okay. Now consider the triangle BAC and EAD. Then here AB equal to AD, BAC is equal to EAD, that is proved above, and AC equal to AE, that is given. Therefore, these two triangles are congruent to each other by SAS. Okay, and therefore the third side that I have shown with the yellow color, that is BC, will be equal to PE, that is CPCT. 7th question here. This is a line segment AB where P is the midpoint. So P is the midpoint, that means it is a length is equal, AP equal to, this AP will be equal to PB. Okay, so P is the midpoint. And angle BAD, you can see here angle BAD, this one. Angle BAD is equal to angle ABE, that is this angle and this angle of the triangle are equal, that I have shown in yellow color here. This angle and this angle are equal. Okay, and angle EPA that I have shown in green here is equal to DPB, this one. So these are equal. Now here also, to prove this whole triangle to be equal to this whole triangle, we don't know this angle between the two, that they have not shown as equal, that I have shown in blue here. So you have to add this DPE in both the triangles, DPE, that is in V shape. Okay, so this one center angle you have to add for these two triangles, then only this whole angle will be equal to this whole angle that I have shown in this pink circle here. Okay, so right here, let us start with the proof. Whatever is given, write it. EPA is equal to DPA. EPA is equal to DPA, that is in green color. Then add DPE on both the sides. So DPE on the both the sides, that is in blue here. So you will get DPA equal to EPB. So this whole angle will be equal to this whole angle. Now consider this triangle DPA and this triangle EPB. So write the things that are equal. So DPA is equal to EPB. That is the first thing that we have proved. Then AP equal to PB, that is given. And then this angle DAP, this angle will be equal to EBP. Therefore these two triangles are congruent, and therefore the side DA is equal to EB here by CPCT. Okay. EB or BE, you can write anything. The next question is question number 8 here. In triangle ABC, this one ABC, C is at 90 degree. It is given that C is at 90 degree. This one. M is the midpoint of hypotenuse AB. So M is midpoint, so this side equal to this side. Okay, this is equal to this. C is joined to M. C is joined to M and further produced to D, such that DM equal to CM. Such that DM equal to CM. This DM is equal to CM. Okay. Point D is joined to point B. Point D is then joined to point B. So we have to show that AMC. So I have shown the figure here. This one. AMC is congruent to BMD. We have to prove these two triangles are congruent. That is the first thing. Second thing is DBC is 90. If this is 90, this angle is 90. So we have to prove that this angle is also 90. Okay. And the third thing is DBC is equal to ACB, congruent to ACB. And the fourth one is CM. This CM is half of AB. So 4 things you have to prove. This is a lengthy sum here. Let us start with the proof now. First one, in triangle AMC and triangle BMD. You can see the triangle here. So whatever is given equal, write it. So CM is equal to DM. You can see the symbols, those are same here, those are equal. Okay. So that is given. Then angle AMC is equal to angle BMD. These two angles are equal since they are vertically opposite angles. Then AM equal to MB. Why? M is midpoint. This side equal to this side because M is midpoint of line segment AB. Okay, and therefore the triangle AMC is congruent to triangle BMD by side angle side, and therefore the CPCT becomes here AC equal to BD. That is the CPCT. And one more CPCT is angle CAM equal to angle DBM. Okay, see, both are the CPCTs. That is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. These both are CPCTs. CPCT. Okay. So that is this angle. CAM is equal to here DBM, that shown in orange. That also become equal. Now why equal? One more reason. is besides CPCD, it is also interior. It becomes also interior alternate angles, since AC is parallel to BD. Therefore, it is equal. Okay. Now, next thing is, we have to prove that angle B is 90. This one we have to prove that it is 90. Since C is given as 90, we have to prove this also as 90. The second thing. So, let us consider here angle ACB plus angle BBC equal to 180. These are co-interior angles. Okay. So, this angle and this angle are co-interior according to the figure. You can see this is the figure. So, these and these are co-interior angles. Okay. Therefore, this is given as 90 plus angle DBC equal to 180. Therefore, angle DBC is 180 minus 90. Angle DBC equal to 90 degrees. And therefore, angle DBC is a right angle. Okay. Then the next thing is here, we have to prove that CM equal to half of this. Okay, we have to prove this whole triangle is congruent to this whole triangle. So, we will write in triangle ACB and triangle DBC. Here AC is equal to BD. Angle ACB is equal to angle DBC is equal to angle DBC, that is 90 degree. These two are 90. Okay. Then BC is common. So, BC equal to BC, that is common. And therefore, triangle ACB is congruent to triangle DBC by SAS, and therefore AB equal to CD by CPCT. But M is midpoint of AB here. So, we have proved from these two triangles that AB equal to CD. But M is given as the midpoint of AB. Then what about CD now? If they are equal, then M also becomes the midpoint of CD. So, therefore, M is also midpoint of CD. Okay. And therefore, that implies that AM will be equal to BM, will be equal to CM, will be equal to CD. Okay. Now, since AB equal to CD, for CD we can split it into CM plus DM. But in place of CM or DM, we can write CM also, because CM equal to CD. Okay, because CM equal to, okay, this I wrote wrong here. This should be DM. So CM equal to DM. So in place of DM we can write CM. That becomes 2CM, and therefore AB. So this 2 will come this side, so it becomes half of AB equal to CM. That is what we required, CM equal to half of AB. This is hence proved. Okay. Hence proved. So here, for these two triangles, we proved 90 as equal, BC is common, okay, and this BD is equal to this AC, so SAS, because of this these two triangles will be congruent to each other, and therefore AB will be equal to CD, but M is the midpoint of AB, therefore M will also be the midpoint of CD here, and therefore you have to take that AB equal to CD, split CD into two parts, that is CM and MD, but in place of MD or DM you can write CM, it becomes 2 times CM, and take the 2 on the other side of that of AB, so it becomes CM equal to half of AB. Okay, so this was all about your exercise 7.1. If you have any query, drop it in the comment box. Do like, share and subscribe my channel, Get the Math.